Welcome to Scott Cooks, y'all. Today I'll be doing some cabbage, potatoes, onion in the Ninja Foodi. And then we'll be cooking this chuck steak on broil over top of the cabbage and onions. This is going to be great. Stay tuned. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is put 4 cups of water into your Foodi. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but you need to remember we're going to be doing a whole head of cabbage. So we're going to need a lot of liquid in there to make that happen. That was 2 cups. And that's 4 cups. Now, as you probably know, potatoes take a little longer to cook than cabbage. So we're going to do our potatoes first. Then we're going to leave them in. So we're basically going to cook our potatoes halfway through. Then we're going to add the cabbage and then finish the whole thing up. If you're going to peel your potatoes, now's the time. Of course, go ahead and peel them. I'm going to leave the skin on mine. I like the skin on. These are white potatoes. There's a very thin skin. And as I cut them, I'm going straight in to the Foodi. I'm cutting these into about 1-inch chunks. About 1 inch. Bite-sized pieces. That way I don't have to mess with them again later. They're already cut. Let's go ahead and get this done. I know this is a lot of potatoes, but whenever I'm cooking, I always try to make enough for either another whole meal or a couple lunches. Going to all the trouble to cook, might as well cook, right? It's a very small onion here, yellow onion. We go ahead and put that in too. All right, go ahead and grab your pressure lid, get it on. Make sure you turn your valve to seal, which is to the left, all the way to the left. Power up, pressure on high, and we're going to start this with 8 minutes. As soon as we hit the 8-minute mark, we're going to immediately release the pressure and get our cabbage in. Mix everything together, and then we'll repressure again for 6 minutes. Let's go ahead and get this cabbage ready while we're waiting. This is a pretty good sized head of cabbage here. Cut the end. Get some of this outside stuff off of it. There you go. This outside leaves are pretty tough. Although in the pressure cooker it'll be alright, but this is just not what I want to eat. And we're going to core this. So we're just going to cut that out of it. There's a couple ways to do that. You could actually slice this thing in half. But I'm just gonna work it out with my knife here. That core is really tough. There we go. Okay. And from there, all I'm gonna do to prepare it for the pressure cooker is just really cut it up a little bit. Don't need to go crazy here. Quarter it ought to be fine. And that's it. When these potatoes are ready, well, they'll be half ready in 8 minutes. We're gonna pop the top, throw these in, put the top back on, and it'll come right back to pressure because it's so boiling hot already. Do these for about 6 minutes and then get our steak going. All right, we've just hit our 8-minute mark. I'm gonna release the pressure. All right. 2 minutes and the button's about to drop. Here we go. Come on, button. Don't lie to me. Boom. 2 minutes and 23 seconds it took to relieve that pressure. All right. Get your condensation out of the lid. Move it to the side. Get your cabbage in. Big spoon. Break it up. Push it down as best you can. You're not going to get it but so far. If you're going to throw any kind of seasoning in, this is a good time to do it. I think you probably know what I'm going to use. Use a fair amount this time because I got all those potatoes down in there too. Lid back on. Now you remember, because it's hot, your lid's just not going to just drop right back down. Just give it a light pressure and let it settle. And there you go. Flip it back over to seal. Get your pressure back up on high. This time we only want 6 minutes. And because the water is so hot in there, it's going to come back to pressure really quickly. All right, we got about 3 minutes left on the cabbage, y'all. And we're going to go ahead and get this steak ready. And by getting the steak ready, all I mean is this is a really big steak. So we're going to cut this up a little bit to get it to fit on our rack right here. First thing we want to do is give it a little spray. I'm going to go do this over the sink so I don't spray all of my counter everywhere. Okay. And let's just measure this out a little bit, see what we got to do to get it to fit. Oh, let's see. I think if I cut this piece off here and lay it up there, we'll be fine. It's a good looking steak, y'all. It's pretty thin, as you can see, so this is going to broil up pretty quickly. Oh yeah, I think we can manage that. There we go. Just squish it all in there. Beautiful. All right, I'm about to pull the top off the Foodi. Now I am going to drain the liquid. It's very important to drain the liquid when you're cooking something like this on top. I got to wash my hands. All right, y'all, let's get this lid off. Gotta let the pressure off. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and just turn the Foodi off. Release the pressure. When the pressure is off, I'm gonna go drain it. Easiest way to drain it, just have a colander like this sitting in the sink and just dump the whole pot right in it. All right, we just pulled the pressure lid off. Just wanted to show you what it looks like before I go drain the liquid. Super soft, exactly the way I want it. Potatoes, looking perfect down there. Let's get the liquid out. Start that steak. I'm getting hungry. All right, liquid has been drained. What we want to do now is just sort of pull as many of the potatoes to the top as you can. I know that's difficult. We'll throw as many up there as we can. And we also want to clear a little spot. Just sort of push everything to the middle. You'll see why in a second. Because we need to get these little legs. See those? Those legs are going to have to fit down in there. Like that. Beautiful. Okay. Lid down. Let's cook. All right, for this, Foodi on. This time we're going to go to broil. Just going to set some time much longer than you think you're going to need. And the reason for that is we're going to cook by temperature, not time. Going for 155 degrees. We will put it on a plate, put a little foil over it, let it come up to 160. That's medium. Since we're broiling, We are going to have to flip this, and it's very thin if you noticed, so we'll be probing it pretty often to make sure we hit our temperature. Let's go. Takes a little bit of guesswork. When do you flip it? How long do you think it's going to take? I'm going to guess it's going to take about 10 to 12 minutes, so I'm going to do my first flip at 5 or 6 minutes. So, just guessing. All right, that was 6 minutes. We're going to go ahead and flip this over and take its temperature. Just going to use some tongs here. Oh, I can already see underneath the cabbage and potatoes are starting to get browned. Yeah, that's really nice. Let me figure out how to flip this, y'all. There's one big old piece of steak here. Make sure we get it all back where it was so we can get it cooked properly. There we go. Yeah. Looking good. But I don't need to take its temperature. Clearly it's got a little ways to go. So we'll give that about somewhere between 6 and 10 minutes, and then we'll check it again. Guys, I just did another 6 minutes. I don't want to overcook this. So we'll just do a quick temperature test here. See where we're at. We need about somewhere around 155, and I'll pull it. I'll have to check it in 2 different places. Make sure everything is kosher here. Looks like we're going to get our 155. Just at it, slowing down. Let's check it again over here. Make sure you don't hit the rack underneath. Right in the meat. Yeah, I think that's it, yeah. All right, what I'm going to do is go grab a plate. Put this on it, put a little foil over it. That's a good looking piece of steak, y'all. Not quite ready to cut into it yet. I'm going to bring it up temperature. Now for some of y'all that might be good. That might be the temperature you're after. See what I'm doing here? Leaving a little. So I kind of tucked this foil down, but I left a little spot right here. Let some steam escape. And also what I've done is kind of stirred around my cabbage and potatoes, and I went ahead and put the broiler back on, and I pulled the rack out. And the reason for that is I'm just trying to get a little crispiness to some of the potatoes and some of the cabbage. And I'll stir it up. So as I'm waiting for the steak, I'll just cook that every couple of minutes, and then I'll stir it, broil it, stir it, broil it, like that. Try to give you an example of what I'm trying to do here. You can see I'm starting to get some browning, a little browning up on top. And that's all I'm trying to do, just brown things up. See that piece is actually getting a little too brown, so we'll just move them down. Let's give them a nice stir. Just adds a little texture and a little extra flavor to the meal. That's all. Well, there you go, guys. Ninja Foodi chuck steak, broiled to medium temperature, which is 160 degrees. Just cut through this for you. Tiniest little bit of pink line running, which means that's just perfect medium. With cabbage, potato, onion, also cooked in the Ninja Foodi. All of this was done in different stages, but also some of it was done at the same time. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments. Make sure you click that like button, thumbs up. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. Check the description box for links, Patreon, other stuff. Make sure you share the video. Share it on Twitter for me, Pinterest, Facebook, wherever you guys share stuff. Well, thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty fun to make. See you on the next one.